Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks for the 14th of September, our second video today for this. And so we're doing this alphabetically, so based on stock codes basically. So we're starting with Netflix today, and it appears that we are looking at an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here to finish this off. And we can go long again when the 500 becomes the tested support. It's pretty simple. So let's just go to the 4-hour chart. Let's just bring this down to size. So from B to C here, we're probably looking at 1 and 2 in here, a nice strong third wave in here, fourth wave and the fifth wave. So it will probably come back down into these spaces here within group 2, 65, 72 and 80. So we'll just keep an eye on that. I'm not really fussed about all of that. I'm only interested in when it comes back and finds a classic trading levels pattern sitting on top of the 500 there, and 5 being the second strongest number. So if this is 500 here, you want to see the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. This reference point is where we can go long. You can use the second high or even the third high once it comes back up. This little pattern in here, this should be the same pretty much as this bigger pattern here, just a fractal. So this bigger pattern here will be in here if you look at it closely enough. Anyway, tested support on the 500, and yeah, it's not there just yet for that. So let's move on to the next stock. So this stock I'm just using on the trading levels charting program because it's not on my CFD program. It's Nano Dimensions, and its stock code is NNDM, and it's not in a place that we're looking at just at the moment, but if it finds support on $2, then we'll be looking at it at that point. Now, it certainly can be the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave finishing here, but we'll just keep an eye on this. This is our first scan across these stocks, so we'll just see how this plays out here for this. Yeah, I mean, these guys are into intelligent machines, fabrication of electronics. So, yeah, that's where they're positioned. Okay, well, let's move on. So this is one of our old ones, NanoString Technologies. And in a nutshell, we're just waiting for it to develop support on 40, which it looks quite close at the moment. This could also be played out here too as wave 3 here, and wave 4 here, and looking at another move down here for this before moving to the upside here. So we just need to be a bit mindful about that, but we can look to go long above this current high here, so it shouldn't breach that here. If it does breach that, well, then we can go long at that point. Okay, so that's all pretty simple at this stage for NanoString. Let's go to the next stock. So this stock here, Intellia, has a really nice pattern that's playing out here. This stock is biotechnology and pharmaceuticals. So I really like this pattern, I have to say. So from the March lows here, we've got 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave here, an A and a B and a C for the fourth wave here, and up for the fifth wave here, an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave coming in here. So this is pretty perfect. The only thing I don't like about it is the C wave came down really sharp, right? So that bothers me a little bit. It haunts me, I suppose. So it's possible for this to well, I expect it to react at the 20, which is a major trading level. But what we want to see here is we want to see the first high above the level as our reference point, and then the market can play around at that point, and if moved up, we can take the second high here. So it's kind of falling into place. We just got to keep an eye on it, but there you go at that point. We can also look, let me just check on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, so same thing. Yeah, so look, just looking for that first high above the level, that's what we're looking for. But with this as well, just so you know, that once this gets triggered here, you could also look to add on top of, this is all of group 1 here, 1, 2, and 3 make up group 1. So we can build in on 21, 22, and 23. We can also build in on 25 as well. So I'll leave that for you to figure out there as well. But normally, if this is the correction, then this is the beginning of the next trend. We just need to help confirm that, and then we can build in through these levels here, or you can do that. All right, let's move on to the next. So this is another old stock of ours that we're doing in the first set of videos, and in this case here we're looking, well, let's just adjust this. I also need to say too that the top here doesn't have to be wave 1, it can also be wave 3 as well. So we'll just put that in there. Not that it's a biggie at this particular point, but what it does do is that this here looks impulsive, so we may get another move down here for this. But it does also mean too that we need to also look for long trade setups above that particular high here. Let's just go to the 4-hour chart here for a moment. So yeah, it looks impulsive down here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and then an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here for this. So we can go long above the 520 here. Okay, so you can go long above there, but otherwise we should see the same length over here come down on this side here for this. So we'll just keep an eye out for that, but we don't want to miss it, so we need to buy that new high there. It's pretty simple at this stage. Okay, let's move on to the next stock. This is a daily chart for Inviate, and on the bigger picture here we've got this as wave 1 and ABC for 2 here, then up for 1 and back for 2 here. So we may see a stronger sell-off come into play here now that we have these 5 waves in play here. So just need to be a little bit mindful of that. But at the same time, we also want to be long above this high here for this. Okay. Because this move down through here has already pulled back to its beyond its 61.8% mark there, so we can go long above that, and that's important, you know, because it's in line with the trend. So even though that I've drawn this here, that means diddly squat really. You know, if it plays out here, then we'll take advantage of it at this point. But at the end of the day, it's got support on the trends up, it's got support on 30 here, major level, it's moved up to its 61.8%, so we can go long above that. And our last stock here is NXP Semiconductors. It's an American-Dutch manufacturer, so it's actually based in the Netherlands and in Austin there, so pretty huge. It's got 31,000 people working for it in 35 countries, including 11,200 engineers in 33 countries, so she's a biggie. The pattern here, just at first sight, and I'll probably need to check some of this, like I need to pull this apart here to find out if that is actually 5 waves here. But if that's the case, it's pretty much in line with the general stock market, you know, in that we're looking for a wave 4 pullback here. So we've got our first little leg down at this point. And once again, we could also go long above this little high here, but it looks quite bearish at this point here. But yeah, 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 here, and then this would count as 1 ABC for 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave here, and the fourth and the fifth wave. So an A and a B and a C wave to come into play here. So yeah, I mean, for portfolio holders, it's not a biggie, but even so, with the portfolios, as you know, we've been looking at, we still got to confirm not so much wave 1 here, but we need to, all of this, we need to confirm wave 2 here. This is really where we're going to be moving into the portfolios if we don't have the top of the market there, because this can be wave 4 here, and this can be wave 5 here, finishing off at this point, and that's the end of it at that point, and we go into a massive bear market. So I don't know that just yet. We just need to move with the evidence, and we'll be looking for an ABC pattern here, and then up from that point. So we'll be paying close attention to this space down here. But in terms of a trade here, if this pulls down, let's just check it out on the 4-hour chart for a moment. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see here. Let me just update a few things. These are the levels. That's 130, 110, 120. That makes up group 1 of 100 here. So that's the major level there, 1 being the strongest number in the market. And yeah, so major level, and these are minor levels. And then the next level up, if we get tested support on top of this level here, by the by, then we can look at the medium level, which is the next number up here. So the Fibonacci numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 8, but this will be a medium level. So we just put that in gray there, just color code things, make things a little bit easier at times. Yeah, I haven't labeled this. I was just pulling in here to look at this here as well. I'll just see if I could, probably not, a lot of these stocks are not showing on the tick chart on this particular platform. Well, it could go up because I can see we've got 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and probably 5 in here. So it does look a bit ABC-ish here, then 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5 here, and ABC. So we could possibly be moving up from here. So having a small trade above this high here wouldn't be well, let's just wait for the 130 then. So I'll just bring it back from the tick to the 140. So because if we get tested support here, and this will look like this, so it'll come up and have some sort of little reaction there somewhere, but you want that first high above the level, like this one here, right? That's the one that you want. And then you can go along above that one, you can go to the second high here, and if it goes up, fantastic. Otherwise we're going to be looking for a correction back in this space here, but we don't want to miss an opportunity. Support on top of group 1 gets you to the number 5 there, and as a trade, that's a healthy little trade, and be able to manage the risk by putting it under the previous low there. Alrighty, that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.